One thing for sure is that there's a part of you that is so tired of settling. You just don't know how to break out. So let me speak to you for a minute. I can vividly remember a season in my life where I kept shrinking because I wanted to be accepted. I kept shrinking because I wanted to create friends. And I kept just accepting everything because I wanted to appear desirable to other people. Now, I want you to remember that my life was not as simple and as straightforward, because when you have a facial difference like me, you face a lot of rejection, and sometimes you just have to shrink yourself to be acceptable. You have to sometimes just lower yourself so that people can find you attractive. Now, that was a very dangerous thing for me to do, because I always settled for what I didn't want. I was just merely settling in life. But here's one thing I didn't realize at the time, that every time I'm accepting less of what I am, I'm just training the world on how to treat me. I'm training people on how to treat me. And let me tell you something. Once you see the truth, you cannot unsee it. Once you realize that I'm settling here, once you realize that I deserve better than this, I'm better than this, people who want to be with me will be with me. Things that are for me will just be for me. I don't have to shrink myself to be in this space. Things work out for me when I'm myself. Once you see that truth, you'll never unsee it. Can you believe that I used to think having standards made me difficult? I genuinely thought having standards would push people away and make me this person who is difficult. But that is not true. The truth is that your boundaries protect the version of you that is becoming. Your boundaries protect and shield the person you're supposed to become. And let me tell you something. When I started raising my standards and when I started training the world on how to treat me, guess what happened? I started watching some rooms rearrange themselves. I started watching some people walk out of my life. I started seeing some people stepping up. And you know what? Either people stepped up or they walked out. Both were a blessing. Maybe you're just in that space where you feel guilty for wanting more out of life, for wanting more out of your relationship, for wanting more out of friendships. But let me tell you something. Something that I wish somebody had told me when I was in that position of feeling guilty like you. Stop negotiating your worth. You'll be very surprised that when you start valuing yourself, life mirrors that back. You'll start to see people falling off, some stepping up, and you'll start generally to see that, no, I've been doing it all wrong. You'll start to see people that mirror your energy being drawn to you. You'll start seeing people who are drawn to your energy coming to you, and you'll start seeing people that undermine you falling off. And of course, you'll start hearing people saying she thinks she's better than everyone. And you'll start hearing people be like, since she bought that car, she thinks she's better. Since she attended that conference, she thinks she's better than everyone. Then you know that you're on the right track. So negotiating your worth is not an option. Just understand that when you are in that lane, opportunities will appear that mirrors where you are. And it starts with deciding that I'm done with bare minimum treatment. I ain't doing this anymore. This one was the hardest for me, but it changed everything. Walking away is a skill. Walking away is an art because it changes and requires your life. And it took me a long time to realize that walking away was healthy for me. Walking away wasn't harmful. Walking away was actually me reshaping the world into what it is today. It was me just preparing systems that will accommodate the new vision of me. It's in that moment that I decided that I'm going to love some people from a distance and I'm going to love some from a close range. Now, it just depends on which frequency are they on. Are they measuring up or are they falling off? If you're measuring up and adjusting yourself to my new standards, that's okay. You can stay. If you don't want, you can walk away. I can love you from a distance. And this really affects family, friends, siblings. Sometimes you love people from a distance because they don't want to step up. Like if people keep disrespecting you, if people keep using your past as an excuse, if people keep using your past to disrespect you, love them from a distance. That is a very healthy form of love. Bottom line is that you can love people and still release them to go. That's a healthy form of love. For me, walking away wasn't loss, it was alignment. And for you too, it will be alignment. You just gotta decide. And listen to me, if you're watching this and you're feeling a little tug inside saying, I want to become her, I want to become that person who is not apologetic about anything, listen to her. That's your future self calling out. That's your future self wanting to come out. If all of this spoke to you and you'd like to have a private conversation with me about where you are in life and moving forward, you're welcome to click the link on my bio, book a one-on-one session. Let's come, let's vent, let's talk, let's speak to your soul, let's speak to your spirit. But one thing for sure, you are never going to be settling for less. And connect with me on my socials and let me know how this message resonates with you. Bye, bestie.